What up, street gods? Alright, so another thought. This is about power overwhelming. So this is kind of my favorite adages from StarCraft. I think it was like a Archon who says this, but essentially the notion of power overwhelming is this. I think what we humans want is we want the physiological feeling of power overwhelming. So that means that the physiological power that we feel in our bodies is so great and grand and epic that we just can't contain it. We can't contain it, we can't contain ourselves, and we end up feeling godlike. So I wonder if this is what Nietzsche calls like his Dionysian intoxication notion, where you essentially become kind of like god level, and we all become a little bit like a demigod. So it's interesting because even when you think about religion and, you know, ethics, morality, whatever, the basic notion is humans are kind of worthless and the ultimate power is God. And there's a huge distance in gulf. But I find it interesting, I was reading Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb, and the basic notion of why they said that, you know, Christ became man, God became man to sacrifice himself made out of flesh is kind of an interesting one, is that Jesus Christ was made of flesh because Jesus Christ was of God, and therefore because Jesus was man, we could also become God too. And even if we read in the Bible, I forget if it's the Old Testament, it's like something like, ye are gods. And even if you think about the ancient Greek philosophies, Homer's notion of the gods, essentially the difference between gods and men were that men were mortal and the gods lived forever. But even there's a lot of demigods or heroes or even men who were as strong as the gods, sometimes even stronger. So even Achilles, who's like half man, half god, whatever, he's able to, you know, essentially wound Ares, who's the god of war, which is pretty incredible. And even Odysseus is kind of described as being as clever or inventive as Zeus in terms of cunning and being sly or whatever. So I almost wonder if we should also kind of take the same approach where we humans should not denigrate ourselves and not degrade ourselves as being such contemptible beings, but rather that there's a little bit of God in all of us and we're all kind of like godlike in our own certain ways. And what distinguishes us as humans or us as individuals is how much courage we exhibit, how much risk we take, and, you know, how brave we are. Especially brave in terms of the misfortunes we experience, the chaos. And so I even feel like times of stress like right now, people's true colors are really starting to show, in the sense that we're kind of seeing like who actually has skin, who has a spine, who has a backbone, and who doesn't. So once again, I find this just like so fascinating, because this moment of chaos and difficulty hasn't really changed much. It's just rather revealed people's true colors and their true characteristics and personality. And even these kind of times, I'm starting to realize like who I really care for, who my true friends are, who my real family is, and stuff like that, because those are the people I actually genuinely care about and I reach out to and so forth. So just the basic thought is to become more power overwhelming. I mean, I think a huge part of it is like a physiological thing, is for you to strive to become like a Greek god in terms of your physical strength, in terms of your muscles, lower your body fat percentage, whatever, eat more meat. You know, the ancient Greeks or the mythology, all they ate was oxen, drank a lot of oxen, ate a lot of oxen, and, you know, I assume they also lifted weights. But for us to just strive ourselves to become as mentally strong as possible, and I know just some practical things which have helped me is intermittent fasting throughout the day, so not eating breakfast or lunch, waiting until dinner time, taking cold showers. I don't think I've taken a warm shower in like 6 years. That's really good for the system. work out as much as you can during the day. Like even me and Cindy were doing like 3 of these YouTube workout videos every single day. Lift weights, I was able to get some dumbbells. I got 2 60-pound dumbbells. I've been doing home workouts with that, you know, dumbbell clean and press, jerks, snatches, squats, rows, whatever it may be. And so yeah, the goal is power overwhelming. However you achieve that is up to you.